Here we are with the Fargo Fresh. I'm Conrad Fargo. This is the Fargo 5. We're here with Sally Jacobson, the CEO and president of Red River Zoo. Hello, Sally.
Hello.
So just going through some fresh things going on around Fargo. Essentia is holding a hiring event. So if you were looking for a job, you could go to that. It's going to be 11 to 4 next week sometime. I don't see a date here. Have you ever worked in a hospital? Or you went straight out of school?
I've never worked. I've never worked in the medical field, but interesting. Yeah.
A lot of people are hiring right now.
Oh, I know.
Is the zoo hiring?
We are not hiring right now.
So
but
don't show up with an application.
I think we'll probably be hiring a facilities person here before winter.
You guys probably accept resumes at all time, though.
We do. We keep them. Them. And in this business market nowadays, it's good to always have a few resumes on hand.
According to the WDAY, I guess there's been 30 trees outside the downtown public library hanging around. They're going to be planting them, so they're getting put even more trees. I feel like Fargo kind of gets split into two parts of town, the parts with trees and the parts without. North Fargo is definitely one of the times.
Yeah.
I mean, you were saying before with the...
the way the trees arch over, and this time of year is so pretty when they start to change color.
Yes.
I drive home, I'm like, oh, it's so nice.
Yes, and then you go out to like Osgood or, the much newer parts of town, and it's nice to be in and it's more suburban, feels more modern. You're closer to a Target and a Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
But no trees.
No trees. Yeah, there's just there's a variety of different areas in Fargo. Which is
so
cool, really.
You know a lot about plant or animals. Do you know much?
Do.
Is there much crossover into the plant?
I struggle with plants
a
little bit. I have some plants that I don't struggle at home; they're alive. But as far as my plant knowledge,
you can keep them alive at home though.
Right, I can keep them alive.
I mean, you're doing better than me. Do you have a garden?
I do not. I don't have time for a garden in the summer. I'm working like maybe 8 hours a week.
President and CEO.
The whole zoo is my garden.
Well, how do you? So the flora at the zoo. How is that even?
We are so amazingly lucky. We have master gardeners that volunteer their time to do the gardening at the zoo. We have Fargo Garden Society, NDSU's Master Gardener program. They do put in some time there. We've got a lot of connections with NDSU, and their agriculture department helps us out as well, which is so fabulous.
Very cool. So you've got 20 employees, but it's a whole team. It's the whole city that kind of pulls together.
People volunteering to come out and pull weeds. A lot of times people think about volunteering at the zoo and they think about animal care.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, no, we got people with degrees for that, but we do need so much help with all sorts of other things,
Yeah. Wow. Definitely. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Here's something on the list. Interest rates.
Okay.
They have been crazy. You probably don't have a lot because you're not buying a house anytime soon.
No, I locked one in 2020.
Oh,
smart,
lucky
right?
you. When it was like 2.
Yeah.
They're tickling 8%, and they don't even know if they're going to bring them down until 2026.
Oof.
We've got conflicting views on both sides. So Bloomberg says, we might still need them higher to be curb inflation, whereas CNN is like, nah, we're going to be fine. They're going to hold them steady.
Yeah.
But it's really hitting the economy very hard. I imagine, does the zoo ever do stuff with financing and things like that? So are you getting hit on the loans in that way?
We locked our loans in because we do have
the
to
zoo.
We were lucky we locked those in, I think, in 2020 as well. Line of credit.
Smart move.
Because we do have to use the line of credit to operate in the wintertime.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough people coming through and the expenses. The thing that's really hitting us right now, though, is just inflation. I mean, the cost of heating, electricity, animal food, everything is just, again, it's not a complaint. I mean, it's something that all businesses are having to deal with. But when you have living collection or living animals there, it's tough.
Well, and so most people don't realize this, but like inflation and interest rates are the same. Like it's like a balloon in the box.
Right.
You need the high interest rates when you have the high inflation, because when you have the low interest rates, it causes inflation. And that's why, so when you're able to lock those, 2% rates in, well, those rates were great, but they were kind of the reason we have inflation now. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like a lot of people are like, oh, what are they doing? Things are so expensive. I need you to lower those interest rates so I can afford things. And it's like, well, hold on here, especially in the context of housing. Like you think housing prices are high now. Yeah, if you were to bring the interest rates back down,
Oh, right.
they would go just bananas.
Sure,
I
sure,
mean,
that makes sense.
It
Yeah.
would be crazy.
Yep.
So,
Make up for the
but I imagine as a CEO, you have to deal. I mean, so how do you even get your financing? You put up the animals as collateral? Does it work that way?
No.
You're not. It's not like getting a car loan on an elephant. Like it
No.
doesn't work that way.
No. Based off our credit and what we have at the zoo as far as buildings and things like that. We're really lucky. We have a great bank that has really helped us out.
That's fantastic. Financing is the key to success in anything and everything.
Someday get through without having to take out that line of credit would be an ultimate goal for us.
Probably most banks, or not banks, most zoos kind of work that way though.
No, unfortunately not. Like I mentioned, a lot of them get support from their city
Directly from
or
the city,
their state, and that helps with the operation, especially when you're living in an environment like North Dakota, where our winters can last so long. It's really like being a farmer.
Yeah, yeah.
If the farmers are doing well, the zoo is doing well. In general. But yeah, because like last year, winter lasted. Goodness, didn't it? It was still snowing in May.
Yes, it was.
And that hits us hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're really lucky that we do have this line of credit, and we're really fiscally responsible. And don't use it if we don't have to, but we'll get there.
And they had somebody smart to lock those rates in 2020. So good on
right
you.
here.
Coming next, we've got some Beethoven. Do you like Beethoven?
I do like Beethoven.
It's his Fifth Symphony in C minor, but here's the catch: it's by the Great Cat. You ever heard of her?
No.
She does. I don't know exactly what you call this. People who are into metal.
Okay.
Everything has a name. I think it's speed metal.
Oh, all right.
Is
Good.
what it's called. So we've got the Great Cat. We'll come back with our final segment, Fargo favorites.
Woohoo.
Don't go nowhere.